Good evening, everybody. Hello, Rosa, Aaron, Silver. Oh, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Hello, Ash, Laura, Aaron. I think I said that already, but I'll say it again. Hello. Good evening. Happy primary day. Hey, what's up, Jeff? How you doing? Guys, I don't know if you saw the interview, but Pixley for Congress. That's Jeff Pixley. He's running for Congress in Oklahoma. Mr. Pixley in the house. How's it is a big day for Texas and North Carolina, but it's probably a big day for Texas. I would say it's like massively big for Texas, but it's also a pretty big day for North Carolina. There's some interesting races going on in North Carolina. Hey, meme. Hey, Chrissy. I'll be very interested to see how it goes. Started knocking doors today. It was great. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. I'm releasing the interview with a person who's running for Senate in your state is coming out tomorrow. Yeah. I'm trying to get a hold of the person who's running for governor for the Democratic ticket, but I haven't heard back from them yet, unfortunately. But we're trying. We're trying. Maybe we can turn Oklahoma blue. Wouldn't that be wild? Hey, Kia. You know, after everything that's gone on, I think we have the best chance of turning states that we didn't think would become blue than we've ever had before. Oh, no, you're good, Silver. There's something in the air up here. Yeah. Dallas County Democratic voting has been extended until 9. I think there's some confusion since Dallas went to precinct-based voting. Yeah, I saw a report on that. Warren is definitely freaking out. Yeah. Although early voting has been wild in Texas. What did I see? 1.6 million Democratic early votes and 1.2 Republican early votes. So I've been saying the national media is national media is sleeping on a lot of states. But let's be fair, the Democratic Party as a whole is sleeping on a lot of states. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I think there's more to some of these states. North Carolina is up like 25% going into today. Yeah. Hey, Rebecca. Yeah, I heard some stuff saying they like knew the numbers already. I don't know if I believe that, so we'll have to see. It'll be interesting. I'll be very interested to see how it all goes. That's for sure. Be very interested to see how it all goes. What's up, Jose? We must? Well, we need to hopefully the people that are running will be willing to get out there and reach out to people. I plan on it. But saying a must, I mean, it's a vote. It's elections. People should be allowed to vote for who they want. I'm excited to see the results come in. Me too. Don't get me wrong. I want to flip these red districts blue as much as the next person. I just think we need to be careful with the word must. And start encouraging conversations. Real conversations. Tarrant County early voting numbers are wild. Yeah. Yup. It's awesome. It's pretty neat. It's pretty exciting. I'm still very interested in District 14 in North Carolina, where Progressive is running as a Republican, to see if she can take out the incumbent Republican. Where is Scott? I mean, it's nighttime. Usually, I don't know if Lewis is live. Lewis is live, which means that is where Scott is right now. Excuse me. As long as the Republicans are scared of losing Texas, it takes the focus off others and gives them a better chance. Yeah. I've been talking to a lot of people in a lot of red districts that are talking about how people in these red areas are just like, I'm done. I'm done with this party. When did Texas polling places close? Someone said that it's not until 9 now. It got moved because there was some confusion. So they extended the polls. Oh, is it still 7? Or is it just some polling places are staying open later? Did I misread? Oh, just Dallas County. Dallas was extended to 9. Everywhere else is 7. So 40 minutes. So we'll get some of the results probably, just not all of them. I tried to push my family to voting for Chelsea, but I'm not sure it worked. Hey, you know, it was worth a shot. Yeah, so I guess they changed the way voting got done in Texas. So there was a lot of confusion, especially in Dallas County. So I guess they extended the voting on those days, or for that county. When we'll start seeing some results, probably in about an hour. Probably in about an hour, we'll actually start seeing results. Tell me why now 2 times I've had to refollow you. You know, because TikTok. That's why y'all should follow me over on the tube. Plus, there's some really good interviews over there. But I'm live over there too. They changed voting in Dallas where you have to vote in district. Each county is different on that rule. Oh, gotcha. Really liked the gentleman from South Dakota. Good interview. Yeah. Yeah, he was a pretty cool dude. I'm hoping. Yes. Yep. The tube is the same name. Dr. Pepper, baby. Your threads got shut down for no reason and I had to start over. What? Of course it did. You know, I wish I were surprised, Jeff. I wish I were surprised, but I'm not. I'm not at all. Do we have results yet? Not yet. Not yet. We got some time. We got a little time. Yeah. Tom Tillis ripping into Kristi Noem today was wild. Was wild. Tillis did. Yeah, it was crazy. You know, I'd say it's unexpected, but I think he's basically like, now that I'm not running again, I can just say what I think. Which is kind of sad because they should all be able to say what they actually think all the time. And the fact that they don't feel like they can at certain times is pretty sad. Community people can come up if you want. It doesn't need to be dead silent while we're stuck here for a little bit. Once results start coming in, then I'll start putting up stuff, but hey Lori.
Hey.
Hello.
How are you?
Oh, you know, busy as always. 3 interviews today.
Yeah, I took advantage of it. You not being on this morning, and I didn't make up me not going live yesterday, and I was in there like kitten cleaning, like pulling shit out, pulling toys and stuff from cat toys from everywhere.
See you, Jeff.
I'm like, who's Jeff? I'm guessing Jeff is Pixley.
Yeah, that's Jeff Pixley. He was the guy I interviewed from Oklahoma.
Bye, Jeff. Dude, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I don't remember most of their names. I remember the one fella kept calling you Michael, and every time he called you Michael, I giggled.
Hey Danielle. Hey Stella. Hey Lori.
Hey Danielle. That made me giggle. I think it's her name. Is it Krishna or Varishna? Krishna. Oh my gosh. I liked her. She was pretty cool. I just suck with the names. I mean, if I can't even...
Do you remember where she was from?
Shit. She's one of... Hang on. Let me leave the YouTube chat because she's one of the last ones I just watched. I literally get in the car and I tell my son to pick one. He already knows to go to your page.
There you go.
And then he picks an interview and I listen.
There you go. Oh, yeah. Karishma. Yeah. The running for Senate in Maine. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. She's pretty cool.
Gotta get rid of Satan Huckabee Sanders. Oh my God. The fact that she ever... So the last one I have started watching is Drew's, is the one that I'm in the middle of now.
Kentucky. It's scary that I remember all of them. Like, it's just, I'm just also bad with names. So, and there's a bunch of names that are harder for me to pronounce have been coming up lately, and it's been wild. You should see me when I'm like, so I like get up and I'm interview him. I'm like, so how do we pronounce your name?
At least you ask and don't just say it. I see what Jeff looks like now as I'm on your page. I see Damon hasn't been going in order. See, I was going in order. He doesn't. He just literally picks one. I've seen Kevin Ryan, seen Kyle Guak.
Doc.
Gawk. Seen Anthony Bridges, John Wash. Of course, I watched Mila's. Cole. Cole was the one that kept calling you Michael.
Yes.
Kate Barr, Zishan, Karishma, Matt Conroy. Ooh, I really liked Ashley. If you guys haven't watched these interviews, Colorado, Illinois, North Carolina, New Hampshire, Texas, Virginia, Pennsylvania, Texas, Connecticut, Oklahoma, Michigan, Illinois, Texas, Jersey. Come on, y'all. There's a lot of states represented in here. Make sure you guys are watching these interviews, please.
And there'll be more
share them out.
states. There'll be more states coming now that we've got like a couple months before a new primaries. So you're seeing a lot of like Texas and North Carolinas because although I got no Arkansas interviews this before, which is weird. Happy midweek.
Yeah, WRL is going to be doing a thing when the polls close. But I saw there's something happening in Fayetteville and Cumberland County, so their results are going to be delayed. And then also Halifax County, their results are going to be delayed. But all the other the polls will close at 7:30 here in North Carolina.
Yeah, I saw AP said they're not going to be getting any results until 8:30.
That makes sense.
Who is your guy from Florida again, Jose? I know I've interviewed a couple people in Florida. I just haven't posted them yet.
I was like, what do you mean, Jose? I forgot to go back to the live.
You went and voted?
Great to
Heck yeah, Mary.
it was actually great to get to select Cooper for Senate. Like, I didn't even realize that he was the AG before he was the governor.
Mm-hmm. That's now 2 in a row that have been AG and then gone to governor.
So does that mean Jeff Jackson's next?
Possibly. I could totally see him doing it.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, some of the ads though for some of the people that are supporting the orange. Before they even said his name, they just showed his picture, and I was like, "That dude is supported by the orange." And damn it, they come on, and I was like, "Whoa."
No, Jose. We have not heard back from them. I assume we've probably reached out to him. We've reached out to a ton of people. So, but I don't. That name is not. Has no one by that name has scheduled yet. Because we just send them a link and then they schedule. So, Christopher Irizarry.
Thanks, Julie. So just a basic question, because of course I have not followed this as much as you. So I know in North Carolina, one of the big races we're watching is for Cooper to grab that Dem nomination. Then in Texas, we got Tallarico and Jasmine.
We got the governor.
In Texas?
The governor's race in Texas.
Who's running for the governor's race in Texas?
The big name, the one that most people think is going to win is Gina Hinojosa. I can never remember how to say her name. That's the name that I have seen a lot, but there's 5 people running. So, but then the other one that I'm paying attention to is District 14 in North Carolina, where Kate Barr is running. She's a progressive, but she's running as a Republican to get to primary the piece of crap Tim Moore, who is the current representative.
He's so gross. God, he's gross. I kind of wish that that Jasmine and James went in a run for the same seat, but 3,000 toes down, I'm behind Jasmine all the way. I'm sorry. He gives me the ick. I know a lot of people, but like the whole idea of with especially some of the things that have come out. Did you hear about the message that was given out to some of the troops that are involved in this whole Iran thing about it being a talking about Jesus and God and all this stuff? You might want to read it, because I happen to be watching T's live today, and Ava, who's like his co-host, she's a lawyer by training, but she works for the Defense Department. She does contracts and stuff. And she read this, and I missed where she said she got it from. I can't remember what news source, but basically it was like this whole Christian nationalist like message that went out to the troops and stuff that are involved in what's happening in Iran.
Oh, I mean, that wouldn't surprise me at all. With
But it's just like really gross. And she
Mhm.
was just like basically flipping out. She's like, ugh. But she brought up a good point about Talarico. When I tell you, like, she's one of the smartest people I've ever seen on TikTok. She's one of these people that knows a lot about a lot of different things, not just the law, but also like religion and different things. And, you know, and I know other people I've seen in here in the chat have said that Talarico gives them the ick. I think for me, the whole thing with this Christian nationalism battle that it seems like we're having right now, just the whole idea of it being a YT man that is a pastor or preacher, just that we're crossing, we're starting to try to mix that kind of stuff, and it just, I don't know. I want Jasmine to win. I want Jasmine to be the one fighting for us. I want to keep seeing Jasmine and AOC and all those ladies. I want to see them just keep rising through the ranks. And I want them to show this fucking country that us women can do it.
Sounds good to me.
There were soldiers that were arrested in DC that didn't want to follow orders to go to Israel. I think, it's just, I said it yesterday, and it's just really frustrating. Is that at this point in history, comparative to any time, look how much our cabinet is worth. Look how many people have multiple commas behind their worth that are making these decisions. And who are most of these soldiers that are out there risking their lives? Most of their parents and families don't have commas in their bank accounts if there's more than one after like 1,000 maybe. Most of these, and it's just really fucking easy for people whose kids and whose personally will never actually physically be affected, people they don't know are not going to unalive, and they're not going to be risked. For it's really fucking easy for these people to just make that kind of decision to just like let's just do a bunch of shit that we have no end game for. Let's just put a bunch of people's at risk. I mean, we've lost six service members already. It's freaking ridiculous.
Yep. Abbott said if she won, he would quit. I mean, if there's not a reason for her to win, that feels like a really good one. If all the others weren't enough.
And Aaron, you like them both. You're turned off by religion, but you think he's a good person. For me, this is what it is. I'm not into religion either. I don't consider myself a Christian. I don't believe in a lot of it, to be honest with you. And one thing I've learned since going to church, because I do go to church every Sunday. I know that sounds crazy, but it's more of a healing mental health focus, just to be around a small group of people so I'm not just in my house all day long every day. One of the things I realize is that if you're quote unquote a true Christian, if you call yourself a pastor, that means you put no one before God. And I'm sorry, I don't want your God. I don't want your religion. I don't want your religious beliefs. I don't want your Bible anywhere near when it comes to you making the decisions.
No. to be fair, they
She
don't
wants to.
they don't all believe that. I don't believe that. So
I will hang on. But you're also not a pastor up at the pulpit trying to make other people believe the same way that you do.
I-
And for me, the thing is, I think just right now with what we've got going on, where we see this look how often they keep talking about Jesus and God and the Bible and putting commandments and stuff like that all up in the schools and everything like that. We're getting too close. There's supposed to be a separation between church and state.
Mhm.
And it just I think you guys have known, anybody that's been in here know that I am wholeheartedly against YT men being the people that we elect all over the place in a majority. I want it to be more women. That doesn't necessarily have to just be people of color, women of color, but I want to see more women. I want to see more BIPOC people. I want to see more of these kind of people get elected and put into spaces.
Mhm.
Hey, Patty.
Hey, Patty.
I agree, Sable. I don't think that 6 is at least I don't think we're gonna, and that's the other horrible thing with the kind of regime that we have in charge right now. It's like you almost can't believe any fucking thing that comes out.
Aaron did say Tallarico has been one of the loudest voices in the Texas legislature against bringing religion into our schools. And again,
That's fine. And like again, please know these are my opinions.
Mhm.
Nobody has to like them. I don't care if anybody likes them or agrees with them or not, because at the same point in time, you shouldn't care about whether or not I agree with your opinion. That's just my opinion. That's just how I feel about it. And that's it. You're more than welcome to feel differently. You're more than welcome to do all of the things. But I want to see, I want Jasmine to have that chance. I want to see her fight. I love her fight. I love her passion. I love every time I see her, she's not coddling like that. Like watching fucking Gnome up there today, and how I have to say I rooted for Tillis and I was like, fuck yeah, get her ass. And then at the same point in time, like some of these Dems were just like, they just let her steamroll all over top. Can I ask my question? Can I talk? Can I? And I'm just like, see, this is not what we need. We do not need people that have to ask for permission when you're supposed to be leading this. We don't need people that have to ask for permission and that kind of, I need somebody that feels like they're going to fight for us. I thought it was like he did that shit. But something that was pointed out, and maybe this is what happens when you watch these kind of things in different kinds of spaces, because I will say I watched it in two different kinds of spaces. They were two totally different spaces. One was a BIPOC space and one was not. But just the way that Gnome also liked to talk over other women, the way she talked over pretty much anybody it was dumb. Did you see how she just sit there and took it when Tillis gave it to her? She didn't say shit.
Mm-hmm.
She just sat there
Mm-hmm.
and sucked it up. Gina Hinojosa. Hinojosa? Is that how you say it?
What it looks like.
Am I right, Phil? Oh, of course. I'm not in Texas, but of course, I would vote for Tallarico versus I would never
Versus Ken Paxton. Ah!
Yeah. Yeah. Hinojosa. Hinojosa. Is that right, Carla? Yeah, hands down, for sure. I just want Jasmine to win. That's it. I love her passion. I love, there's so many things that people say about her as a black, that she's aggressive when she's passionate. But then you've got all these freaking fellas that can sit up here and say all this kind of crazy stuff that look like you. They're not ever called angry. They're not ever called all that other stuff. They're not ever accused of like yelling. Because did not Tillis yell today? That mother trucker was yelling.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't called angry or aggressive. I don't know who Colin Albright is.
He's the guy who ran for, he was a congressman. He ran for Senate in against Ted Cruz and started in the Senate race this time and dropped out. I guess he decided to run. He's running in Zishan's district.
I like Zishan.
Mm-hmm.
North Carolina polls just closed 11 minutes ago. Have you watched any of I'm gonna call them both by their first names, Bill and Hillary's depositions at all?
Yeah. Did you see the part when it came out that a picture had been taken and you saw friggin' you could hear Boobert going, I did it. I took it beforehand. Don't worry, I'll take it down. And she was just flipping out, which Hillary was. And I was like, you go, girl. She was.
She did. It was fucking fantastic. I've watched. Now I think we're only. I've watched most of Hillary's now at this point, and I've watched a lot of Bill's.
Yeah.
I think one of the things though is I don't think they realize they're not just dealing they're not dealing with people on their level, they're dealing with people way above their level. You know what I mean? Like when old girl asked Hillary did she think her husband was intelligent or something like that, I'm like, isn't that mother trucker like a Rhodes Scholar or some shit?
I don't know,
dude
but he's
is
pretty
super
smart. Yeah. Just because he's from Arkansas doesn't mean he's not smart as hell.
Yeah, they have put her through it. Yeah, like she, if anything, like the smirk. Did you like her and Bill too? Like and the black lady that's with both of them. Oh, Ava said her name. I can't remember her name. Y'all help me.
But yeah, I mean, Hillary is crazy smart. Hillary's smarter than Bill.
Oh, for sure. Neither one of them are dumb.
No.
And you figure they're lawyers. One's been a president. One's been a senator. One's been a secretary of state. They've done all of these things.
Well, one was a governor. That's what.
Yeah, and a governor. And it was like, yeah. Did Bill do some shit? Absolutely. Was he a womanizer? Absolutely. But you know, the crazy thing is, are we gonna see Mrs. Trump on that stand? Because her hubby's name is in pictures and her pictures. How many pictures have you seen with the both of them with JE and not just him? So you can't she won't be able to say I don't know him.
They can't bring her have a discussion with her. She's too busy being at the UN Security Council.
It was just like watching her speak, seeing Kamala talking about what's happening, rewatching like somebody had posted like all these clips of the Obamas together, and like I ain't even gonna lie, that one with the Obamas just brought me tears, and I was just like, oh my god, where the fuck, what's happening?
Yeah.
What's happening? And you know, MB, I think the thing is like that's not our problem, that's hers. And I think of anything.
She speaks enough to be able to answer questions.
Yeah, you can make a movie. You can go speak to the UN. You can make, there's translators.
Yeah, worst case is you could do like the UN does. And she could speak her native tongue and have somebody translate it, and they have a thing in their ear so they can understand it. If it's that difficult, I think our country has enough resources to be able to make that work.
Because you would think that You would hope, because do we know if the person in charge speaks other languages? Like, would he be able to speak to her? Like, there's got to be some kind of
Person
language
in
chat
charge
happening.
of
This country. I don't want to say the title or his name, because when you say it in conjunction, depending on the context of which you say his names, that's when shit is starting to, lives are getting flagged and people are getting violations. So I'm just trying to
interesting. No, yeah, she probably speaks better English than he does.
True. You know, I just watching it, and like between Bill Hillary and then watch what happened with the GNOME. I don't think that if you're a Republican or a MAGA and you're not pissed the fuck off by the fact of how many different people asked Hillary the same exact fucking question, and when you could just see it written all over her face, she's just sitting here like, I've already answered that question. I've already answered that question. I've already answered that question. Like, as I'm listening, as I'm cleaning and stuff, I'm standing up like, she already answered that question. You already answered that question.
Yep. When will results be in? Probably in about 45 minutes, we'll start seeing results from North Carolina and Arkansas. No, Arkansas is not East Coast. I can never remember what's what. And then probably a half an hour after that, we'll start seeing stuff from Texas and Arkansas. You got filtered saying they can, I would not be surprised if half of what people are writing I'm not seeing.
And the other thing that's like I've been trying to tell people, like, because they're, with the new rules, the creator, the host, is responsible for the chat as well. So when people are saying things in chat and things like that, you can get dinged for it. And this whole thing where they can literally change it, not even day to day, but throughout the day, what topics are considered off limits, they don't want you to talk about, they want to suppress or filter, all of those things can happen too.
Man,
They said they don't have to give us notice. It could be dependent upon what's going on at the time.
I can't believe how many people are running for the Senate seat in North Carolina, in Republican and Democrat. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 people. That's just wild.
Yeah, they were talking about that when the 7 o'clock section of WRAL came on, because it comes back. It's on from like 4 to 6:30, and then it comes back on after the 6:30 evening news. And that was one of the. They were showing. Oh my God, he looks like a damn. Sorry. All right, I just squirreled. I just looked up, and I have to put it on the other side, because if I say it on here, we're gonna get in trouble. I'm gonna just go on mute because I forgot.
Okay.
He's over here being petty. Oh, feel really excited for the results. I'm really excited to see that Cooper wins the nomination, and those are the only two. Like, I'm sure there's a lot more that are probably like just as important, especially
They're
in
all
North
important.
Carolina. But that I live here, but for some reason, like, I really want to see Jasmine just keep her climb, and I want to see Cooper. They were talking about Cooper. They were like showing him like how he's never lost an election. He's never won a He's never lost a statewide election in North Carolina any.
I'm sorry, Carla. Like I said, it's bad. I go onto people's lives, and 1 out of every 5 things I say gets through, if I'm lucky. So I got filtered again when I said Hillary knew her husband was, so she's not surprised. No. I mean, and again, I'm not sitting here even saying that you have to believe him in anything that he says. That's not that is what I'm saying. According to him, Like, those pictures were not anything.
And this is the thing. It's like you can be a dirty dog and a womanizer and trifling as all hell. And um and be a womanizer, keyword woman, as in grown up, as in old enough to make consensual choices.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there may be a power dynamic that makes it absolutely gross and disgusting. However, that is a totally different thing. To me, anyways, I do not look at a fella that's basically a hoe that just constantly womanizes and cheats on his wife as an adulterous person is not the same as somebody who is trafficking and doing bad things to minors.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
So the most of the polls should be closing in Texas in 9 minutes.
What is up with that dude's fucking neck? I've been hearing people talk about his neck, and I always try my absolute best to never actually see him. And I happen to look up in I think it's Inside Edition. They were showing that big old thing on the side of his
The
neck.
orange one?
Orange, red, whatever that blotch, whatever that is. It's like a big old
Oh,
blotch.
supposedly it was a reaction to some cream that he was putting on his skin. They didn't actually say what it was, but that is what I heard. I think he's just, old as hell.
That part too. Looks like shingles. I don't know. See, when my Nana had shingles, which I know everybody's different, she actually had it on her face. And when I tell you it looked like she lost to Mike Tyson, it was black and purple and blue. It wasn't red for a couple of weeks. But
And
shingles is very painful.
it's super painful. Like, he would not be just walking around like a normal person if he had shingles like that. He would be put up. Shingles are the worst.
Yeah, one of my friends I used to work with, coworkers when I worked at Clark's, her mom got it. She had to the her clothes rubbing her stomach, her shirts made her feel like she was on fire. So she had to get a little blow up, like a little blow up beach ball, and she would have to wear that under her shirts, almost like as if she was being pretending to be pregnant, so that way the shirts wouldn't rub up against her stomach.
Yeah.
You had shingles on your back a few years ago. Oh my gosh. Do you
I
see the perfect meme? Did you see meme? She said, or they said, did you see his perfect ear with no scars? I did indeed.
Yep.
I did indeed.
My wife had shingles in her mouth.
Oh
You want to
no.
think bad? That was bad.
Yeah, my Nana's was,
You never voted Democrat in the first place, Joseph.
yeah, go
You
away.
never voted Democrat in the first place. Man with no picture? Nah. Nah. Not to mention it's primaries, so it means nothing. You can vote Republican in the primaries and then vote Democrat in the general. That's how it works. Now, what they do need to do, I realized today during an interview that for states where especially where there's a lot of independents, it's actually really hard to run for office because when you have to get signatures, you actually have to get them from people that are registered in that party. So independents or unaffiliated can't sign your petition to become a candidate in the party. So if you're in a state that has a ton of independents, about 10 times harder, especially if your state requires a decent amount of signatures. They need to change the way they do that. They should just let people be able to sign. All they have to do is be friggin' citizens. I think it's like in that state and live in that state or that district, depending on what we're talking about. I think the fact that the only people that can get you on the ballot are people that are registered under the party. Hey, Ezzy.
Yeah, that's hi Ramonda. Ramonda says hello, everybody. That's extremely problematic because I mean you've got so many people. How do I say this? You have so many people that are now like independent, not affiliated, all that stuff, that the fact that that can hurt people from being able to, like, what how does that benefit us overall if it gets to the point where people just say I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican, and then people can't, there's not enough signatures for people to run, then what happens?
More than the incumbent, Rosa, it protects the wealthy, because the people that are willing to take PAC money and stuff like that can pay people $30 an hour to go get signatures, where the people that aren't taking PAC money aren't going to spend all of what little money they have because they're not taking PAC money to get the signatures. It just makes it harder for grassroots people to win more than the incumbent.
I keep saying, if anything we've learned, thanks, Patty. If anything we've learned from this horrible shit show that is called our life right now, there's so much stuff I think we just realized. It almost seems like it's kind of crazy to me that it's taken a couple hundred and a half years to really show how bad a lot of the systems are and how much working it needs to be done. And it's almost like, although, like, when I truly say, and I know a lot of people may not agree with me, that's okay. You know, the founding fathers were all immigrants. They were not especially open-minded immigrants. Like, they didn't come here thinking they were going to be beneficial from this place. They came here to take it over, take control of it, and colonize it. I think the one part they had right was that the Constitution should have been changed a little bit. It should have been changed more often than it is, because, like I said, I still don't understand the fact why in 2026 we're using court cases, any court cases, before Black people were considered citizens and actual human beings in this country, before women had the right to vote, all the things with the indigenous people. Like, there's no reason we should be able to even use those kind of rules and those laws, because if they didn't count for all of us when they were written, how do they even still use them in their arguments today? I don't understand that.
North Carolina polls closed at 7:30, so almost a half an hour ago. But according to AP, they're not going to start getting results from the North Carolina until 8:30. So,
yeah, Rosa, there was 2 counties here that were having issues. Cumberland County, for those of you guys not in North Carolina, Cumberland County is where Fayetteville, that is where Fort Bragg is. There was something going on down there. They were saying that their results were going to come in late, and then Halifax County is going to come in late.
Texas closes at 8 Eastern, so it just closed. So we should be starting to get results soon.
Trying to think, what else did I see today? Most of the time, honestly, I've watched Hillary and Gnome.
Well, that was interesting. It kicked me off. Oh, we got results coming in though. It should be back up. It's back up now. People are back in. Yeah, TikTok just crashed, or the stream crashed. Like the app is still is still here, but the stream crashed. So I don't know. Mhm. Okay. Hey, Al. YouTube crashed. I had it's like I had an internet fart or something like that. Just joined. How are we doing? Uh, right now, their election results are coming in. So, with as of 7% of the votes counted, Jasmine Crockett is up 52% to 47%. So, Associated Press, AJ, always Associated Press. Always Associated Press. Oh, so that means yeah, TikTok must have been having a TikTok must be having a a problem. So right now we got Crockett up 9%. Guys, if you want to see it bigger, North Carolina closed at 7:30. There's 2 districts that are open until later. So we probably won't, we'll start be getting results around 8:30. But what's up, Starly? Long time no see. How are you doing? Uh Hinosa, Hinosa is looks like they're kicking some butt over there. 48 plus 48. Someone liked your nuh shirt today? Heck yeah. It's a bit confusing. Well, it wasn't on purpose. There were some issues, so they had to extend it, just like they extended Dallas County to 9 o'clock. So we may not have the final results since Dallas County is so big. Cooper plus 95% so far. I mean, it's barely any votes, but that's still hilarious. Is GOP ahead? It's primaries. There is no ahead. This is picking the people to represent the different parties. That's all. So no, you're good. Sometimes it gets hard. Can't see the title for the Dem column. Yeah, on the tube you can see full screen. I can't make it as big here. Unfortunately. Oh, it's halfway gone. Yeah, I can't. I mean, I can make it smaller. Make it harder to see. Looks like they've kind of stalled on the vote turn-ins so far. Although it looks like it looks like District 12 has gotten a lot of their votes in. Who do I think will win the Dem primary in Texas? Are you talking about for Senate, Nate? What's up, Jeremiah? I mean, I think Crockett has a really good shot. But honestly, I think it's going to be close. Although I hope one of them gets over 50% because I don't think we want a runoff. A runoff is just going to be an annoyance. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're just here for moral support. That's what we're all here for. Do I like one candidate over the other or both equally? I wouldn't say I specifically like one more than the other. I agree with a lot of people that say that, and I've said it plenty of times myself, that I think it's time for people other than white men to be in charge, even if they're good white men, especially if they're good, competent women running. But I think they both could do a good job. I think white men have been leading this country for a long time, and look what we're dealing with. So I think it's time that we make some changes. There is already an overwhelming turnout, Maureen. Just in primary in Texas, in the last midterms, about 600,000 Democrats voted. In this primary, 1.6 million voted. In 2022, Republicans even about 1 million voted, and the end of early voting, 1.2 million voted in this midterm. So in terms of numbers that voted in the early voting in midterms, it's blown away. It's blown away the numbers. For the Democrat Party alone, is a 240% increase in early voting numbers. We'll have to see what numbers it is when it's all said and done, but I just want to see if this is who I think it is. It is. So Ashley Bell. So far, she's winning. I interviewed her. Ba, 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 ba. Yep, 4 points. But these numbers haven't changed in a bit, so I don't know what numbers came in from where, but not many have come in. Mm-hmm. It was all going. It looked like stuff was going to come in, and then it just froze. You'll be looking at Texas 18. That's the most important one. Ah, Al Green. Oh, no. More numbers come in? Oh, yeah, we got numbers coming in again. Think it'll be Gina? I mean, there's definitely a good shot. At 11% of the votes in, she's got a pretty good lead so far, so. You think so, Mags? It's like watching a pot. Yeah. Patient. Yes. Patience. No fun. Mm-hmm. 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 Oh, is Ken losing? Oh, yeah, look at that. Paxton's losing so far with 14% in. Okay. Okay. Guys, while we're sitting there waiting, if you wouldn't mind tapping that nose and sharing in this live with people. TikTok decided to have a crash out. Lost all my numbers of people watching. So if you wouldn't mind helping out, I would appreciate it. Thank you guys. Appreciate you. I don't know, Mr. Wallace. I mean, honestly, and again, I wasn't paying too much attention. The only controversy that I heard in the Democratic senator's race involved Crockett. But in the end, it's at some point you just got to let it go and have people vote. I've been so focused on other things and not that. I just happened to even know about the Crockett controversy because because it came up on a video, like it came up on my FYP. What did I do all morning? So I'm starting a new series. So I recorded the first episode this morning, and then I had 3 interviews. Yes, Dallas extended the poll deadline until 9. So we won't get final counts for a while, but and it's almost 8:30, which is when we should start getting more from North Carolina in. Thank you, Rosa. Appreciate you. Appreciate all of you. Babia, Non-Useful, Lulu, Owl. Thank you. Is there an APAC L tracker? Not that I know of, Ample, but there are a few people that I interviewed that I know aren't taking it. So if they win, I'll know that those L's exist. So I'll be interested to see. Although a lot of the people I interviewed are running, well, at least half of them are running in former Republican districts. What's up, Ben? How you doing, buddy? Welcome to the party. Hey, mother of doggos. What's my opinion on Tallarico Crockett? The way I put it is I think they both would be able to do well. I also think that that men that look like me have been in charge for a long, long time, and it's time for strong, competent women to be in charge. But in the end, I think they both have the capability of doing well. But the question really is what does Texas want? I mean, do they both have things that I kind of am like a little nervous about on both sides? Yeah, but that's going to be the case with every candidate. So I consider that a moot point. Anything new from any district that I know of? Not yet. Still waiting on more to come in from Texas, and 5 minutes we should be hearing from North Carolina. Oh, looks like we got a little bit more in from North Carolina. Oh, he's only a plus 86 now, guys. It's only a plus 86. I don't know. I don't know. Could be a problem. Right now, Cooper, but that's with a 1%. That's with 1%, less than 1% of the votes in. So it's kind of a joke. Some votes have come in, so they give a number to it, but it's not enough to actually really be able to say anything. So I just think it's funny. I think it's funny that people actually think that anyone else has a shot. Anyone who's anyone knows it's Roy Cooper. Like, we all know it's going to be Roy. We know. Excuse me. We know it's going to be Roy. 100% is going to be Roy. What's up, Orange? Hey, Debbie. Yes, welcome to the fan club. How about the Arkansas race for Senate? How many people are running on the Democrat side? I know I've seen one person. I've seen a lot about Haley Schaffner. Most likely Cotton's going to win on the Republican side, unfortunately. But I've heard about Haley. I hope. She seems pretty cool. She's been running for a while. She's been doing stuff for the last 8 months, she said. So, she's been getting around the state. Tried to get her on an interview too. No response yet. But maybe if she wins the... I have a feeling some of these people, once they win the primary, they'll be more likely to be interviewed. Because a lot of people really want to focus on the primaries. Oh, we got a little bit more. 13% in. Did it change at all? We get any change? Not +9 instead of a +8, so she went up a little bit. Wow. Slap chop guy getting crushed in his race. Which district is that? I wish I could play music. That's the one problem about going live on TikTok and the tube at the same time, is because I'm on the tube, I can't play music, even though I actually like the tube better. Y'all just need to talk more so I have more stuff to respond to, so I don't feel like I'm ever sitting silent. Oh, it's getting a little closer. Some more votes came in. 5%. Crockett's still up, but we're 5%. You think you're blocked? Hey, Chrissy, you're not blocked. The this app is just really bad at filtering. District 31. Well, right now there's only 2% of the votes in, so still got a ways to go. Plus 50 now. Oh, that got closer. That's only a 5% lead now. Eesh. Eesh. What's up, Ken? But yeah, if you really want a good chance of being able to talk and not getting filtered in any way, shape, or form, you really need to go to the tube. I wish I could just say, be here on TikTok, everything will be fine. It is so bad. It is so bad right now. And honestly, the best thing, if you want to make sure you can talk, is the tube. So what's going on? Primaries in Texas, North Carolina, and Arkansas. You've been too sad. It's not even that, Carla. I've said the most normal statements humanly possible, and it just has killed. It has destroyed it. Like it just filters it. Have you heard that no? It's called Five Nights. I like it. I like it. Yep. 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 I'd play that game. I'd play that game. I'd play that game. %100% would play that game. They've had to block it in Wake County schools because kids have been caught playing it on the computer. Oh my gosh. Hey, Leah. How are you? All 3 are Senate seats. I mean, no, there's a lot of stuff that's going on farther down. That's not good. No! Tim Moore can't have a plus 71 with the votes counted? Oh, no. Oof. Oof. That's not good. Oh well. That was a hope. What's up, Phantom? My kid's last name is also E, and he goes to school on an island. The daily jokes are a lot. Oh my gosh, Ambrosia. Hello, how are things in Iceland? Man, what time is it in Iceland right now? It's got to be like midnight, right? 12:30? Yes. I know my time zones, guys. Woo! Come on, give us more numbers in. Cornyn's got a 5% lead. That's not bad. What'd you do for dinner? We made what we call Tuscan chicken. It's good. Came home today saying that they are doing a project with a girls' school in Mass. He says, "Great, now I'm an E on an island." Teenagers are pretty funny. Uh-oh. It got closer. It got closer. Crockett is now up 2. Only 2 now. All right. All right. Ah. Not according to the AP yet. I'm sure you're right. I'm assuming he's going to win. But in this world, in my world, until the AP projects it, it's not over yet. But I have no doubt that Roy Cooper's going to win. They see the follow-up comment about that. I'm almost scared because I wonder what happens in the game. My guess is it's yeah. Yeah. True. True. That's still hilarious. How much of the votes are in? It depends. So in the Senate race, 32% of the votes have been counted for North Carolina. In the Texas Democratic Senate race, 24% of the votes have been counted. Got a breakfast burrito and a blended Red Bull Ambrosia. There you go. There you go. Okay, Roy Cooper. Roy Cooper won, guys. Not a surprise. Pretty much a guarantee that Roy Cooper was going to be the choice. I'm not sure there was any real doubt. Heck yeah. Thanks, guys. Oh my God, who saw that coming? Looks like the North Carolina Senate race is decided, both Republican and Democrat. Looks like Tallarico just pulled ahead in the Texas Senate race. Chelsea moved up a point. It's only 30%. It is way too close. Tallarico lost a little bit just now. He went from 7 to 6. So you don't really who Roy Cooper is. Roy Cooper is the former governor of North Carolina. He's pretty much, he's the reason that the Senate seat has a very good chance of about switching to Democrat. El Paso just ordered polls open longer. It's going to be hours before we have a winner. Great. Cornyn's well, yeah, especially if it's this close. Cornyn is ahead right now by about 4%. He is very good. Yeah, there's only 30% of the votes in, and at least one or two huge districts are extending their times. So I don't think we're anywhere close to knowing. Although, to be fair, Flamingo, from at least some stuff that Scott have said, there's probably a better chance for a Democrat to win the Senate if Paxton is the choice, because Paxton is less liked than Cornyn is by like middle of the road Republicans. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So I'm also keeping an eye on District 5, Chelsea Hockett. She's a friend of the podcast. We want her to win. Still up 44 for governor. I'll probably call that one soon. Yes. Yep. She's got a 44-point lead. So 57% of the vote. The next closest is at 13%. See you, Ambrosia. Thanks for stopping in. What? Dallas won't release numbers until 10 p.m. their time. Yeah, I am not staying up that long, guys. We're going to have to wake up in the morning probably and enjoy that. We'll still stay up for a bit, but I'm not staying up till 11 just to find out who wins a primary. That's not that's not El Paso will also be at 10. Oh yeah, look at that. Won't release results until 10 p.m. Eastern time. So it's still Eastern time. So 9 Central. Might be able to stay up for that. Yes, Chelsea is the one who ate in the interview. Yes. Tallarico is ahead just by 6 points. So I just went down a little bit, but 5.5 points. But that's only with 35% of the vote. 35% of the votes counted. So it is literally anybody's game right now. It is anybody's game right now. You thought I was dedicated in a primary? No. Now, come November, I'm going to be up until they're called. Until it looks like I'm not going to be able to stay up any longer. That's what I did at the last general. That's what I will do at this general. You'll see thousands of people all watching that one. Hopefully. We had 8,000 people watching it in 2024. So if we can get that, we can have that kind of fun again. Especially while we're winning. While we're destroying. We had some wild times on here around general election. Yeah. Yeah, we did. That was not fun. I wasn't even paying attention to the chat. There were too many people talking. I couldn't pay attention anymore. You got 8,000 people talking. We're all trauma bonded now. That's true. True. Man, some of these counts are coming in so slow. What is up with this? Give us some numbers. Give us the important numbers. You spoke with her on Threads the other day? Yeah, she's pretty cool. She is hilarious. She's hilarious. If I didn't think she's probably like pacing back and forth, I'd be like, you should come on. From the 8K, not the eating, Rosa. 20K next year. I mean, that for the 2028, that would be pretty crazy. If we could get 20K on watching it. That'd be pretty sick. I don't think it'll happen, but that'd be pretty sick. No. Honestly, Kia, if we had that many, I would say don't even worry about it. Just chill, because there's no way you're keeping an eye on any of it. Who's winning 18? Green is winning 18 plus 31. Oh, it's 2 incumbents because of the redistricting? Yeah. Yeah, that's rough. That's no bueno. Manifesting. There you go. Did I miss Gen X? Silver was in here for a little bit. I think Silver's just got stuff going on. Got stuff going on. All right, so with 35, Talarico's up 5%. Might be not celebrating. He's scared. I can imagine, Matilda. Yep, you called. We said Silver's name 3 times. He's like she's like Beetlejuice. Voted today? Heck yeah, Allie. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. What? Yep, we already got Roy. We know Roy's in. I was talking about the fact that it's not looking good for nope, they already called it for Tim Moore. Oh, rip. That sucks. I was rooting for Kate. Bell plus 30. Ashley Bell plus 30. There you go. Man, Chelsea's district still at 14%. The heck? Why do heck? Hornin just barely holding on to a lead too. Did Roy even have a real opponent? No, not really. It was pretty much a given that Roy Cooper was going to win. It was pretty much a given that Roy Cooper was going to win. Being weird again. Yeah, it had a connection problem again. Zap really doesn't want me to keep going live here. Yep, it's looks like I'm about to drop. If I were betting man. Nope, still up. Okay. Well, we'll see. Last time it did it like this, it dropped me, so we'll see. It's just annoying how few people are actually paying attention to the primaries. Like, even after everything that's going on, like the fact that I'm have 54 people watching primary results come in is wild to me. I mean, I know it's only 3 states, so that's probably doing a little bit of it too, but still. You've been taking screenshots of my face when it freezes? Oh, good. Great. No, I just don't think people care about the primaries, Jazz. I just don't think people care. Primaries aren't exciting. We're lucky if we can get people to vote in the primaries, let alone sit here and actually like care, you know? I mean, they might be shadow banning me too. You never know. But do we know anything about Michael Watley? Don't. I think he is the GOP National Party chair for North Carolina. I think. Former chairperson of the Republican National Party. He's the former RNC chair. No, Christina, not for any of the positions we're talking about here. That is only for the president. And even then, most places choose whoever wins the primary, the votes. Yeah, it's going to be close. 68% at 48.8 so far. Yeah. Yeah, Michael Watley, Kia, was the one that was picked to co-chair the RNC with Trump's daughter-in-law, remember? Remember that whole shenanigans? There's unfortunately a bunch of orange supporting GOP everywhere, which boggles my mind. It still boggles my mind. I don't get it. I don't get it. Just don't. It makes no sense. I mean, I understand that, but it still makes no sense. I totally understand that, but in my mind, it makes 0 sense whatsoever. Oh, we're only 60 away from 2,000 subscribers on the tube. Heck yeah. Look at that. The moon is looking good tonight. Ooh, nice. What's up, Shawnee? Makes zero sense in my brain. It, you know, it hasn't made sense since 2016. 2016. I mean, Cooper already won, Johnny. Cooper already won. Did you get filtered over there when you said, "Hey, Shawnee"? I saw that. Hey, Rosa. Haven't seen anything in between. Did you say other things? That's hilarious. Yeah. 53 minutes. We should start getting stuff from Dallas. Nope, didn't see any of that, Kia. Man, you got filtered on YouTube? That takes some work, girl. I didn't think that was possible. What it looks like. Yeah, I can kind of see how that one may have gotten filtered. When was the last time North Carolina had a Democratic senator? I do not know. I have not lived here. There has never been one since I've lived here, which that has been about 15 years. But I don't know. Or if there were, I didn't know. That we're watching. So the North Carolina Senate ones we were watching, but they're already done. So Roy Cooper won, the former governor Roy Cooper won the North Carolina Democrat seat, or candidacy, like is running for the Democratic candidate. And then Michael Whatley is the former RNC chair. He won the Republican. We got Tallarico and Crockett that are neck and neck right now. We got Cornyn and Paxton for the Texas GOP US Senate that are neck and neck right now. Those are the big ones. There's also the governor, the Texas governor, but that one looks like it's pretty well in the bag too. For Enosi. Crockett's up by 5. I have. Any solid progressive wins so far? Of the progressives that I know that are running, no. My time is short. Okay. All right. But yeah, the progressives that I know specifically that are running in Texas, none of them have won yet. One of them is in the lead. We haven't gotten any information on the other one yet. But Enosa is progressive. Yeah, we're still waiting on Zishan's race. Oh, the cats are in over on the tube. So Tallarico is up by 6 points with 37% of the votes counted. But Dallas hasn't come in yet. So that could change a lot. All right, no worries. Yeah. That's why I'm here. Mbaku says hello. Heck yeah. See if the report does anything. I'm not holding my breath. Kind of surprised I don't get more of them, if I'm being honest. Will I mention the exacts? So the only amounts that I know so far are the early voting numbers. And from the early voting numbers in Texas, which is the only one I know as of this moment, there was 1.6 million that voted in the on the Democrat side, and there were 1.2 million that voted on the Republican side. Total. Right now, counting wise, they've got almost 1 million of them counted. So if almost 1 million votes is 37%, you're looking at about 3 million ish that voted. Ish. Did you hear that the Saudis caught Saud trying to do tea stuff in Saudi Arabia? Is that true? I did not hear anything about that. So I'm going to guess no. That would be pretty wild if they did. That would be pretty dumb if they did. But examination of all counties, Crockett doing well in East Texas, Tallarico doing well in suburban and among Hispanic voters, which is kind of what we thought was going to happen. It really all depended on who came out where, right? She is up 50, plus 50 so far, with 30% in. She's got over 500,000 votes. I'm actually kind of surprised they haven't just declared her the winner with that kind of a lead. But I know you've been busy with the elections. We're putting boots on ground. This is to go after Hezbollah. There is no official putting boots on the ground yet, Johnny. At least not that I've heard. And I have been trying to pay attention. I just looked up and I haven't seen any official report saying there will be. What I heard is that they are not discounting putting boots on the ground, which still is not good. But hey, Shell. Heard the I countries going into. Oh yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. In an intelligence briefing. I mean, I guess we'll find out. I hate to say I'm surprised, but how you doing, Shell? But yeah, I didn't see that report, Shawnee. Again, I wouldn't be surprised, but I didn't see it. You know, Roy Cooper won, so that's good. Did you change it to all chat or live chat? If it's on top chat, that could have intelligence is a strong word. Also true. Also true, Laurie. Mm-hmm. So very true. Man, what's up with Hockett's district just not getting anything in? I wonder if part of her district is in the area that is having to wait. That's the only thing I can think of. I heard his son is too tall to join the Navy and inherited his father's bone spurs. Okay. Then that makes sense. Crockett's district is in Dallas. Gotcha. So 40 minutes. 40 minutes. I'm sorry, Rosa. I think your comment got filtered. Say what? Go Patriots. Senator Blumenthal said he's worried that we may be putting boots on the ground. That sounds more in line. Just like me, how did I lose? How is that losing? Oh, okay. Well, it's looking like the owner of the E Ranch will be the nominee for Texas Comptroller. Serious? And it's good seeing Haley winning that. What do we got? 45 so far. What about? Yeah. I've already called Tom Cotton's win. How long before we know the percentage of registered voters who voted? Well, I mean, we can guess. We have to look up what the number of registered voters is in like Texas. The problem is not everyone votes in everything, so we'll have to sort of see. But we can sort of guess. So it looks like as of February 17th, there were 18.7 million registered voters. Hey, Susie. Guys, say hi to Susie. Susie's one of my best friends who I never get to talk to. She's an amazing human. She lives over in Sweden. I miss talking with you, Susie. It's been like literally forever. All right, so with 44%, we're at about, what is that? A million. Well, just about a million. So it looks like around 2.5 million voted on the Democrat side. And 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So about a million. So 2.5. So 5 million total voted, at least on the Senate side. So 5 million out of 18 million. 30. It's about 25%. It's about 25%. It's still about 25%. For Texas, actually, 25% is pretty good. For Texas, 25% is actually pretty good. Cooper has 514K so far as GeoPoint. Only has like 2 or 3K. Yeah. We knew that Cooper was going to pull people over. We knew that Cooper was going to pull independents. I guarantee there's a bunch. Hope that number stays similar. I hope that number skyrockets. There's 18.7 million registered voters in Texas alone. I hope that number is way higher. Have to go to sleep now. It's 3:30. It was nice to see you, Susie. We need to catch up. We need to catch up. I will. I'll shoot you a message. Paxton and Cornyn. Oh, yep. Yeah, about 2.5%. Yeah, that's close. Have they called any of them? Still haven't called Gina's yet. That's a surprise, actually. Which district was... There was one other that I interviewed. What's his name? Guys, if you're over here on TikTok, please also follow over on the tube. I'm like 60 away from 2,000, and I'm interviewing tons of people. 32. Or did he change districts? He may have changed districts. Oh, no. There he is. He's pretty far behind, but there's only 14% in, so that's not too bad. Anthony Bridges. He's the other one that I interviewed. Crenshaw is out. Which one's Crenshaw? Is Crenshaw the guy with the one eye? Is Crenshaw one eye? Or is that somebody else? He's the eye patch guy? Where is he? The Bond villain? Mad Eye? You asked a question on the tube. Of the people that you interviewed and their primaries were today, how many are winning as of now? As of now? That I know of? 1, 2. 2 as of now. But 33 has got none in, and Zishan was in there. And 32, they've only got 14% in. Hockett only 15% in. So unfortunately, like, of all the ones that I interviewed, what about North Carolina? Just one. I only interviewed 2 people running for U.S. House seats in North Carolina. And that was Ashley Bell in U.S. District 10, and then Kate Barr in U.S. District 14. She's technically, no, not technically. She lost that one. She got 8,000 votes. Tim Moore has 40,000 votes. So Kate Barr lost, unfortunately. Show Arkansas. There's Arkansas. They've almost called all of them already, at least on the Democrat side. The only one that's left is U.S. District 4. Every other one was either uncontested or been called. So Schaffner is the nominee for the Democrat side. What's up, Shane? District 2. I mean, it hasn't been called yet, at least not according to the AP. You may be seeing something earlier than I am. The AP hasn't called it yet, but yes, still losing. Who's Steve Toth? Is he a guy we need to be worried about? Is he a cuckoo cachoo? Please only interview Republicans from now on. No thanks. Why would I want to do that? I want to help progressives win. I'm bad luck. Why? Because one person who was running as a Republican but it was progressive. I'm confused. You believe he's to the right of Crenshaw? Ugh. Well, that's no fun. I'll have to make sure to find out. I'll have to make sure to reach out to Finney. See if we can help them get some visibility. because they ran uncontested. So why would I waste our time trying to get, I don't know. You were just joking? Okay. What's up, Stu? It's the problem with typing and so many trolls being on this stupid app. All right, we're about 27 minutes away from the final polls in Texas closing. Star, you're from Philly? No, it's nothing about that. I mean, I'm from Boston. It's just words don't you can't get anything from text. You can't get any nuance from text. And there are a lot of freaking trolls on this app that would be saying that seriously. So Stu, it's primaries. So it's Dems are always going to be leading and Republicans are always going to be leading because they're running for each of their, to be the candidate for each of their respective parties. Hey, Carmen. Oh, friend. How you doing? Which led to the eventual limit of Common Core. Ah, all right. There you go. You need to early vote this week? Yeah, don't forget, we got Illinois. Not great after being a little too blunt. I'm good. I'm tired. Interviewed more people today. Happy that Roy Cooper is going to be the candidate for senator in North Carolina. You were picked to be Martinez lieutenant governor, though. That's cool. That's exciting. When I come to Colorado and you're the lieutenant governor, will you show me around? Can I get a tour? There you go. Awesome. I would love to go back to Colorado. I haven't been to Colorado in a long time. It's been a while. Like, gosh. 25, 20, 28, 29 years since I've been to Colorado. I mean, there's still it's going to be close. It's going to be close. A lot of the people that would be going to that would be voting for Crockett are in Dallas County, and Dallas County's hasn't released their numbers yet. They won't be releasing for another 24 minutes. I would love to live in Colorado personally. Colorado would be a cool place to live. Actually, I would not mind that. But I love the mountains. My wife is a water person. Kelly, I texted you to see how you were doing, and you didn't write me back. I'm just kidding. You don't have to write me back. You have 16 acres and 300 degrees of mountain view. Oh, jealous. So jealous. And thank you for the roses, Carmen. Bear Lake still had snow around it. I mean, in Colorado, I'm assuming? Yeah, Colorado. It's pretty normal. I said if I left the East Coast but stayed in the States, Colorado's my choice. Yeah. Boyfriend has to go to Florida for work, and we had 3 days notice, so rough start to the week. Gotcha. Yeah, Kelly's in Colorado too. What's up, Aaron? Mom just left Colorado for Wyoming? Wyoming? Why Wyoming? Like that just, I'm not saying that Wyoming's not beautiful. I know there are beautiful parts of Wyoming. Okay? Don't come at me. But to go from Colorado to Wyoming, that just, her new husband has family there. Gotcha. Uh-oh. Another percentage went in and her percentage went down. No. Some of the rural parts of Colorado are probably not much different than Wyoming. That's true. That's fair. That is fair. My problem is I don't know if I could do rural, like live in rural anywhere. I'm very like the thing that I love living where I do right now is we've got like international markets and all of like we love going to international markets. I like living outside the city. Like right out, like I love living in the suburbs of the city. Because then I can go into the city if I want, but then I can go into rural if I want. I like being on that line. I've always lived on that line. You heard Carmen and you knew it was your Carmen. Yep, it's your Carmen. In Wyoming, you can drive towards the mountain range in the distance for 8 hours and never get closer. I like the edge of suburbia as well. I want the amenities and the ability to pee on the back porch. I love the burbs to take advantage of the city life when I want to and have more variety. Yeah. Like I said, like if you watch my lives at all, like I go to our international market and buy like 10 pounds of Napa cabbage and make just a metric ton of kimchi. Because we love making food with kimchi in it. And without an international market, it's hard to get Napa cabbage. Super G Mart, AJ. We go to Super G Mart. They've got a lot of great stuff if you're into international. I mean, I love parts of the idea of like super rural, but as a whole, we like I also would need fiber. That's the other thing. I would need fiber because this is the kind of stuff I still would want to be able to do. And without fiber, I would be in trouble. Gonna need room for my Highland cows, ducks, sheep, and a llama or two. It's fair. I love to try new fruits from the Korean, Bosnian, and Mexican markets. Heck yeah. I live in super rural. It sucks. I'm like 10 minutes from Interstate 95 and Interstate 40. Yeah. Now that I have fiber, I'm not sure I could live anywhere that didn't have fiber. I'm just not sure I could do it. I mean, I would, but also I'm not sure if I could. I heard fiber and thought you can get it for your diet anywhere. A lot of well, yeah, VA is different. VA is a whole different ball game. But I doubt there's fiber up in the mountains of Colorado. But I also have to chase turkeys and chickens out of my yard. That's true, you do. I'm brave enough. My neighbors are a bit skittish when I do it. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. All right, 16 minutes. 16 minutes. $16 minutes. I recently got upgraded from the lowest speed allowed to have internet installed. There you go. I'm in the city and I had a pig named Cletus, and several of my neighbors have chickens. Nice. Nice. Man, you can tell Scott's double is double paying attention here. He's hanging out on YouTube here, but is still in Lewis's TikTok. Talarico pulled ahead. Yeah, but the district where I think Jasmine has the best chance to get a bunch of votes got delayed, which is Dallas. So I think there's still a good chance that Crockett could pull ahead. Saying there's a chance. Yep. She's got some of Dallas in there. See, this is the crazy part. Like, I know it's only like most of the votes in her district are coming from right here. But like, look at these numbers in these districts. I mean, maybe they're really small districts, but still, that's crazy. What's showing I'm not live? Oh, really? Should I restart? Is it worth restarting? I mean, we know this app is being a butt, so. You mean on the tube? No, I'm fine on the tube. Yeah, you're not the only one. A lot of people are glitching. I'm just staying over here. That's fine. Be lazy. Like I said, I'd be okay if everyone just hung out over on the tube. It's actually better. I still think it's better as a whole. But I understand why people hang out where they do. TikTok is having some real problems right now. I can't believe Tony Gonzalez is winning his race with everything. I mean, Philip, look who they voted in as president. I most certainly can believe that he's winning. This is just easier for my on-call social work calls. I feel you. I feel ya. Be right back, Miss Luck. Okay. Good luck. So it looks like Ashley won her primary. Heck yeah. Ready for the nice weather? I am looking forward to going outside and enjoying the nice weather. I'm not looking forward to being in my office with it being warm out, because my office is going to get hella hot. And I'm not looking forward to that. North Carolina Senate is about to flip. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I'm still surprised that they just haven't called the governor seat yet. That's shocking to me. With that much of a lead. Is it still not working, AJ? I'm sorry. They said if Jasmine Crockett carries Dallas County by 55% that she could win. Yep, that looks about right based on these numbers. Yeah, we're supposed to be 70s, mid to upper 70s for the next week. She's gonna be crazy. What'd I miss? Roy Cooper won. We're still waiting on all the Senate seats. Nothing's really changed. Hockett has a 3-point lead in her district. Tallarico's winning right now, but Dallas County hasn't been counted. Crenshaw lost. Technically haven't called it, but he isn't doing well. I will not be sad watching the Cyclops or whatever else people called him not be there anymore. Tomorrow the interview that I'm releasing is with Jasmine Thomas. She is running for senator in Oklahoma against Mark Wayne Mulligan, whatever his name is. The guy who thinks that he can the guy who tried to start a fist fight with the Boston labor union guy. Kate lost, unfortunately. Like lost. Like massively lost. I actually think Kate was too in the news for what she was doing. And unfortunately, it would have required a lot of people that I think would have wanted to go over and vote for like Roy Cooper to not and vote on the Republican ticket. How do we feel about Tallarico? If he wins, I think he has the capability of doing a good job. I would rather someone who is not of my a male who has my complexion win things. I think we've done enough damage in the last 250 years of this country, and I think it's time for other people to be in charge. But I think he's got the capability of doing okay, doing well. He's done well in the state house, so I don't know why he wouldn't be able to do well in the Senate. But I'm rooting for Crockett. Hey Ghost, how you doing, buddy? Thank you. Four minutes. It's way past your bedtime. It's not quite past my bedtime, but usually I'm doing stuff. Disagree. I mean, there's definitely parts of it that it is, but disagree. Texas's problem is is percentage of voters problem. It has been for a long time. It's back. The percentage of registered voters that vote in Texas is way smaller than the percentage of registered voters that vote in Georgia. I said I disagree that it is too racist. Not that it's not racist. The argument that is too racist for someone like Crockett to win. That I disagree with. Oh, there are absolutely plenty of racists in Texas. 100%. No question. No. She's running in the Senate because she was basically gerrymandered out of her seat. So if she does not win this, I don't know what she'll do short term, but it will not be running for a seat. It is. Gotta love redistricting. You gotta love gerrymandering. I hate this guy, gerrymandering. Yeah. Yes, this is primaries. Yep. Tis it tis. 10 o'clock. We should start getting more numbers in. No, Republicans are not allowed to vote in Democratic primaries. Nope. I mean, right now, but Dallas has not been counted yet. So that is going to affect it. It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your kids are? How do we see Cooper versus Whatley? Oh, I think Cooper's gonna blow Whatley away. Cooper is just super popular. Cooper is just super popular. I would honestly be amazed if Cooper loses. Forgot about the time difference for a second. No, you're good. He defended James. Who defended James? Finishing up homework. What's up, Brett? Thoughts on our primary for governor? I interviewed / like Rua Ronan. I think she would be great for you guys as governor. Cooper was counsel for Letitia James. Was he? All right, numbers are starting to slowly come in again. Rua dropped out. When? Like, as of when? Oh. Okay. I wish she told me. I do not know Kaisha, so I'll have to look into them. All states? All states are not voting right now. Just Texas, North Carolina, and Arkansas. Right now, yep, with 48% of the votes counted and Dallas not being one of them yet. Keisha Lance Bottoms. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to check them out. I know nothing. I know nothing. I have to change that. I interviewed Rua. I'm gonna have to change her thumbnail because I have her thumbnail down as running for governor. Jonathan who? Sorry, I've interviewed so many people. Stopped by during a live several months ago because of the mythical hat. Still here because of the logical thinking and constantly great takes. Thanks for doing what you. Thank you, Nate. Appreciate that. How's Crockett doing? Well, with 48% of the votes in, without Dallas in yet, down 8 points. Dallas County got delayed 2 hours. So we're waiting for those numbers to come in now. Do I have his interview to drop? I don't remember talking to anybody else who was running for governor. Hold, please. Hmm. He's running for a state House representative district, not governor. I did interview him. That's why I was confused, because he's not running for a governor. He's running for a Georgia House seat. Hey, Vonda. And when? I don't know exactly. Unfortunately. You know, I'm putting one out every single day, so people should start seeing their stuff sooner. Yeah, he's a cool dude. I liked his interview. Texas Supreme Court pauses judge's order on Dallas polls. No, they extended the polls to be opened, and they should have just closed. So we should start getting the numbers in faster now. Texas Supreme Court blocked the order keeping polls open till 9 and is having them separate out the votes after 7. The heck? Is this a new account? No. No. There'll be hard feelings after the Jasmine Crockett James Tallarico race. Why do you think that's funny? What's funny about that? I have not seen Clara. Ken Paxton is a piece of shit. Yeah, TikTok has been doing that to a lot of people. Her percentage went down again. Okay. Mhm. I mean, let's be fair. I also am just, you know, that Paxton is going to be a complete piece of shit through the entire election, not just now. Why would he go to the state Supreme Court? Because he knows that he'll get the state Supreme Court will pretty much, it's not even his race. I mean, it sort of is. He's probably more worried about going up against Crockett if he wins than he is. He also is probably worried that Cornyn is getting more votes in Dallas County. Like, there's a bunch of things. There's a bunch of things that he could gain by getting all of those votes. I don't listen to anybody but AP. So Wasserman at Cook Political projections mean nothing to me. Yep, see, Crockett's back up for under 5. Mm, 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 mm. Man, Chelsea's still is the same. And 33 has none counted yet. Why do heck? If I was in Dallas County, I'd be pissed off. Yup. Did SCOTUS? The Texas Supreme Court said they needed to put them to the side. I don't think the Texas Supreme Court said that they were invalid. I just said I just think at the moment, Texas, any of the votes that came after 7 p.m. Texas time are being held for now. Texas Supreme Court is temporary order pending a final ruling. How can they do that? Because it's the Texas GOP, Kia. In Texas. That's how. They don't care about the law. Not to the GOP, it's not. Hey, Alejandra. That's why we need to beat them. Brock is up 61 to 38 in Dallas County with 61% in. But yes, Kia, I mean, I agree with you that the state constitution is bigger than the GOP party. It's just the GOP party is the GOP party. Oh, Dallas County is a massive part of the vote. I got filtered on the tube and I got to wear it as a badge of honor. And so you should, Kia. And so you should. 59. We 59 away. I don't care what Midas Touch says. Honestly, I don't know if anyone can officially be called the winner until the votes that get put to the side, it gets decided whether or not they get to be counted or not. I'm not even sure they will be willing to call a winner with that reality. Literally sitting here talking and you're detecting inactivity. Whatever, dude. Why so quiet? We're waiting for votes to come in. 350 of 380 Democratic voters were turned away at a Dallas County voting precinct. Of course. Something weird happened in Texas? Yes. Well, so they made a rule change on how and where you vote and didn't really tell people. Like they made it like almost last minute. So it caused a lot of confusion. Nate, thank you for joining the Amuckers. I appreciate you. And you're right, Kia. Yeah. Abbott, Paxton. Yep. Oh, she said something good. She said something good, Scott. Welcome back. We did see Crenshaw is losing. Yep. Is he still losing? Yep. With 58% in. And Haka is still, they're only at 18% counted. What's going on? Why so little? Doo, doo, doo. You know, you should call her Chelsea. I probably should. It just says it because it says her last name there. But you're right. I should. Still looks like a runoff for Al Green. Call her Chelsea if we call all of the men by their first names only. I mean, I don't. I was only calling her by her last name here because her last name is here. Like it was this reason. I call her Chelsea every other time. I'll be back. This is all nuts. That's fair. Oh, she gained a percentage. Finally getting some of them in. Is Spicy Mama Pickles aimed at Kia? Maybe. 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 All right, we're going to give it a little more time. If numbers don't start actually picking up, I'm just going to end. And then we'll find out what happens in the morning in the live. I'm getting tired and I just don't want to sit here and keep waiting on nothing to happen. Oh, Vonda, not Vonda, Kia hates pickles. It's just a joke. Gonna make us wait alone? Well, I just gotta see things moving. Right now, nothing's moving. Nothing's changing. Oh. We called governor, though. We called governor. So, Rosa is the pick for governor. Or Gina, not Rosa. Gina is the pick for governor. My name has to do with your daughter's TikTok. Gotcha. Yeah, it's just a joke that we have with Kia about pickles. That's all. You'd be a great governor. Go for it. I'd vote for you. Hello. How's the primary? Roy Cooper won. That's good. We're still waiting on Texas for pretty much everything because, you know, Texas has to be Texas. Well, Abbott is going. I don't think... Is he running again? I mean, maybe he is running again. Oh, he is running again. Yeah. Dang it. I was hoping he wasn't. 82%. Oh, Texas deserves way better. That's an understatement. Texas doesn't have term limits on governors. Of course they don't. Of course they don't. Neither does Russia. Mm-hmm. 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 Burp, 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 burp. I guess all states could be like Virginia and only allow one term. I don't even agree. I don't agree with one term. Yeah, I think some are going to drop out. Gina said she'd put term limits on governor, though, if it came across her desk. Oh, that's cool. They sure are. Yeah, they're going to have to spend on a runoff. Dang, look at that. Ha Aw. So sad. You have a universal primary? Yeah. Yeah, I think a bunch at the bottom will end up dropping out. because I don't think anyone wants the chance it'd be two Republicans in the race for governor of Texas or of California. Uh-oh. It's doing the losing connection thing again. Al Green runoff does make me a little sad. The amount of money spent on, yeah, daughter's Wi-Fi keeps going in and out. This isn't even, I mean, I'm straight plugged in. This is TikTok. It's losing its friggin' mind. Think about what we could do with all that money. Yup. Oh, here we go. That jumped up to 57% fast. And Chelsea's up 5 points. Let's go. But it might be a runoff still. Because this Forrest Lumpkin is getting 12% of them. I'm muted? No, I'm not. Interesting. Gordon. Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me now? Hmm. Can you hear me now? No. Can you hear me now? Hello, hello, hello. Hello? Can you hear me? It's literally the sound of silence. Can you hear me now? Hello, hello, hello. All right, I'm going to try restarting. I am going to restart. Appears total turnout in Dallas is only 263. That is lower than Crockett campaign was hoping for. Is that counting, Scott, the number of ballots that are on hold because of the Texas Supreme Court? Or is that counting those? Can you guys hear me now? Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me now? Beauteous. based on total reporting and what is still to come. Interesting. Interesting. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Good. Breaking news. Uh-oh. I just saw that U.S. military just carried out first land operation against cartels in Ecuador. So boots on the ground. You can hear me on YouTube. Good. Woo. Never a dull moment. Never a dull moment. Sad. I really want Jasmine to win. Yeah. Sure, this might be an unpopular opinion, but I'm all for leaving. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I feel like he is going to flip. No, I don't think he is going to flip. Based on his entire career, I do not think he's going to flip. Nothing his entire career makes me think he is not exactly what he's been. Woohoo! Although, like I said, we're getting to a point where I don't know how long it's going to be before we get more official numbers. This is taking forever. Dallas County is all messed up now. Yup. Yup. That's what she said. But
When I win, I will immediately bring prices down starting on day one.
Aaron, this is 2026. It's all game at this point. We need a trigger warning for his voice.
How about no?
Yep, leave it to the Texas AG. Yeah, but Vance and Graham were still GOP. Rosa, that's the biggest difference. And from everything I have seen of Tallarico, his views on religion are very similar to mine. And while, yes, I think there is a chance, it's just the amount of faith I have in men, unfortunately. That's fair. That's fair. I can't argue that. Can't argue that. Not like men have earned it. Also fair. The runoff between Cornyn and Paxton will be delightfully brutal. It will be so brutal. If it's anything like what's happened before this, it's going to be so brutal. All right, guys. What do we got? All red plus 12. Zishan is way at the bottom. That's so sucks. Sucks. Look how small an amount of votes this is. That's with 61% of the votes counted. That's with 61% of the votes counted. Why? 30, 40, 45,000? That means at most you got like 60 or 70K in a district with 750,000 people in it. Even if you add in the Republican primary is even worse. Look at those numbers. 43%, and you're at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7.5. 7.5K at 43% of the votes counted. What the heck? This is disgusting. Maybe people are tired of politics? Well, they better get over it, because they don't get a choice to be tired of politics. Life is politics. Hey, Margarita. No, all of our lives. I know you can't talk back. You may have already left, but nope, all of our lives. Your life. Every aspect of your life is affected by politics. Literally every aspect. Hi, Laura. Hey, Danielle. I mean, literally every aspect of your entire life is affected by politics. There is not one aspect of your life that is not affected in some way, shape, or form by politics. And if you can't understand that, one of the GOP props was about outlawing. Yeah, I saw that, Aaron. Yeah, that would not get through. That's like as unconstitutional as you possibly can get. Funny man. I mean, I didn't mute you. One of my mods did, but based on the fact that you have 2, chances are you get muted and banned a lot. Just guessing. We're currently drowning in the Republican political propaganda. Yep. You about to get some rage mess? I just checked. I don't have one yet. Republican Prop 4 says Texas should require public schools to teach that life begins at first. The GOP think that we have Trump derangement syndrome. I think they have reproductive derangement syndrome. They are obsessed with people's reproductive organs and reproductive everythings. Anything that has to do with reproduction, they are obsessed with. Kind of disgusting. I think they spend more time thinking about women's bodies and their reproductive organs than they do about anything else. Oh, yeah. Well, you know, they're not they don't have to think about the reproductive organs once they're born. Come on. Not looking good for Anthony either, unfortunately. Rip. Well, that sucks. Republican Prop 5 says the state should ban gender, sexuality, and reproductive clinics and services in primary and secondary schools. Color me shocked. Color me shocked. I know, Vonda. I know it's Texas. I know. All right, guys. I'm calling it a night. I don't know when those votes are coming in. We'll have to deal with it tomorrow. Guys, I'm going to be live 9:30 tomorrow morning on Starting on the Tube, and then we'll be live over on TikTok. Yeah. Go follow over in the tube, please. If you're not, I am only 59 subscribers away from 2,000. 10 p.m. Eastern time. That's 10 p.m. Eastern time. So they're already done. I don't know what's happening. It's just a mess there right now because this Texas Supreme Court got involved and now it's all weird. So All right, guys. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for the likes, the follows, the shares, the gifts, the subs. I appreciate you all. I'll see you in the morning. You guys are amazing just the way you are, and I love you all very much. Stay safe, stay healthy. Remember to sing, laugh, dance, smile. Do something that makes you happy. Bye, guys.